I'm Margaret Ann Windsor. Uh, I have to use the name Peggy Ann Dempsey. I'm married to Childers. I'm watching NBC Morning here program, and they have a program. Her last name's Snow. Um, I'm watching them, and they're talking about the women and when they were. I didn't get the gist of all of it. I didn't get to see all of it, but it was about how they were raped and held captive, and I don't know. The fathers got into some of it, and I don't know where the mothers were. I didn't get the whole gist of it, but nobody's been prosecuted for it. But my point of listening to this is let me clarify this so someone doesn't come after me for this. And I've been a battering ram. I really have for everybody, a target, because I'm not part of the family. I'm not considered, so I was kidnapped, and so what? Things happen. Dismissed with 99%. And I'm going to say again, I'm not throwing that out there to the people who did care to get involved and are to help. But it's descriptive words, and the fact that in the condition I've been over the years, and all the crimes you talk about, rape, you talk about, oh my God, the things I haven't even been able to tell, and the things done to my children. Nobody's been prosecuted. Yes, the law enforcement knew it. Yes, I went to them. I went to the media. Nobody touched it. So here is. I was talking about the way the media can frame something, their wording. Like Trump had a um, tantrum. I started to say they could have said hissy fit. That's an old saying. God, I hope that's not derogatory. I didn't mean this at Trump. This is how they defame him. And they use it, the framing of their sentences and structure and words. What they do can make somebody or break them, really. So now then, one of the ladies here on, I'm not going to say her name, or there's on NBC, when that little segment was over, they were saying, well, the strength of these young girls, these women, they were saying all these complimentary things, which is great. I agree with them. But then it's the way I've been treated, like I'm a non person. I could use some words that are really descriptive of how I've been treated, and I won't. Then that would be used against me. Well, how dare you use that kind of language? All this other's been okay to do, and it has been. Don't ever tell me that it wasn't okay except for a few people. Oh, this was fine. Most people got their kicks out of it. I've been told who I thought was my best friend years ago was gun ho when she knew me and liked to be and then when all this went down in April Fool Day of 80, she could have helped save my life. All she had to do was get a cab, and she could have, well, it was already done, but she could have helped what happened then and there and have stopped some of it. And she didn't. All she had to do was get a cab. And when it got tough, she left. Um, she never really made any attempt to ever contact me. In fact, the one time when I first came to Roanoke, I found her number and did get in touch with her. And she was shocked I was still alive. And you could tell her voice when she said, "Did her husband?" I've forgotten his name now. I think I won't say it anyway. I don't want to say her name or his, because she was my friend. I was her friend. No, she was my friend. It didn't work both ways. And she said, "Did he have anything to do with the attempt to murder me?" And I said, "Well, why would you say that?" And she said, Well, I'm looking at him, and he looks shocked that you're alive. And she said something about she had wondered about it. They moved about that time down to Florida back in 80, a little bit prior, but she was back that day, April Fool Day, and could have, she could have helped. Got in a cab and come got me. So I'm up here telling about the media and all this. I'm 80 years old. Just what in the HE can you do at this point? You can finally tell the truth and clear it all up. You can't go back and repay for the hell that has been created. Most of you say your hands are clean. You're not a part of the, no, don't blame me, and they'll dismiss it. So many times they've told me they didn't want to care. They didn't care. They didn't want to hear it. And now that I watch all this outpouring and descriptive for, which I agree with them on the way these girls were treated and what happened, and no law would touch it, and they'd use every excuse. But the same people, I'm going to go ahead and say it, would back off and say, have at her. She's yours, have at her. I'm an exception.